Hello YouTube gamers. Today I wanted to talk to you about a video I came across from the Two Awesome Gamers. It's about a mass storage bank, so to say. Well, I ran through this thing over and over again. I could not figure out for the life of me what exactly was going on. I could not get this thing to work. Well, apparently, I was coming across the little placement position for which direction you have to put the minecart rails. You have to put them in a certain position in order for them to work the way you need them to. Well, once I figured that out, I went ahead and was able to mimic their little design and finally got it to work. Well, I kind of took it a little bit step further. With the way that they had theirs, all of the redstone was all up above, right underneath the mine carts, and just looked really cluttered. Well, I kind of updated it a little bit and actually extended it so that everything was about two block spaces away from each other instead of every 4 block spaces. So it actually made it a little bit more compact and allowed you to actually get more out of it. At the current moment, I've actually managed to create this system to where there's 12 storage carts, all working perfectly synced up, all go back to their original position, where you can actually call the cart and send it back to its original spacing. So far, this is kind of what I've got going. I'm going to add a little bit, a few things. But first, I'm going to show you the design factor of it. So here we go. Kind of spiffed it up a little bit. Add a little bit of design factor. Here's all the redstone for the partial timing. Made it so that it didn't look so cluttered, but looked a little bit better, so that everything was kind of partially hidden. But this right here is the cart system. Took a little bit of work to kind of get everything looking fairly decent. Each one of these have their particular timing. Originally in their video, everything was set to 4 ticks. So like this one right here would actually be 4 ticks, and the next one would be 4 ticks, and then 4 ticks. Well, in order to get the timing just right, to be able to have it where it was every 2, instead of having it every 4 spaces, I have it as every 2 spaces. So I actually had to put in an additional section in between, one for 4 ticks and then another one for 2 ticks, and then the next one would be 4 ticks, 4 ticks, then 4 ticks, 4 tick 2, so on and so forth. So every 2 has full 4 ticks, and every other has 4 ticks with a 2 tick, going all the way over. That makes it so that the timing is just right to where you can send all the way to the very last one and not have any of your timing messed up. It'll work just perfectly fine. To kind of move on to the second segment of timing, which actually surprisingly stayed the same with their system that they created. I did have to slightly modify it because of distance factor, but these all, in their video, they had 5 repeaters in a row, all set to 4 ticks. Well, by the end, when you have 12 storage carts, it gets a little bit further away, and you need to add in an additional repeater. So what I did was I actually added in a repeater on every line, all set to 1 tick, and then I had 5 repeaters, 4 of them all set to 4 ticks, and the last one set to 3 ticks, so that they all ended up turning out to be 4 ticks. So it all works out. And instead of having this all running above ground, I actually had it, because of the simple fact of everything being 2 blocks away, you run into the problem where the redstone will end up combining. So what I had to do was actually kind of had to make it a little bit more compact, use more distance, and use more repeaters in order to make up for the spacing. I thought it was really ended up working out just the way I needed it to where when it actually got drawn up above, the timing factors were right spot on. And when they did the part where it comes up to actually start up the minecart itself so that it gets it going, instead of having the lines come out and then go into one main line, to make it a little bit more compact, I had the main lines coming straight down, and then I put a repeater underneath the block to pull the power out, and then drew it out to the standard system. And because of how long it is, you have to add in an extra repeater to kind of be able to make it so that the very last one can make it all the way to the minecart. It has a little bit of a time delay, but it's not really noticeable to where it poses a problem and makes it so that the minecart doesn't make it to where it needs to go. But as you can see, it is a little space consuming. You can actually, if you stick with the same design and keep the same timing, you could probably keep on adding on as many as you want, and it won't phase any of the timing restraints that you would most likely have if you didn't. So, like, all the area that was supposed to be underneath is now open space. You don't have a lot of redstones and repeaters all coming up above. Oh, I missed a little spot to cover. There we go. That'll finish that off. But all in all, I made it a little bit more compact design, and made it so that it wasn't as cluttered looking. So as you can kind of see is the full view. It is a lot of different things. It's only took a little bit of time to really, once I actually figured out what I needed to do, and finally got the whole situation with the rails like these right here. For some apparent reason, as soon as the redstone kicked through, it would stay on, and instead of flipping back and forth, it would flip, and then it would stay the opposite direction that I needed to go, so it would actually keep the rails going straight, the storage carts going up, and then hitting one of the other storage carts and then going back to the beginning. Once I solved that issue, I didn't have any problems. Apparently everything has to, if you want to do this particular setup, basically you have to have all your rails going north in order to get your switching rails to actually work correctly. If you don't have them going this way, you'll have nothing but problems. But to kind of show, just to kind of show you, I'm gonna pop a little hole in here real quick. I'll replace those here in a minute. But just to kind of show you that it does work. I'll go ahead and send the very last cart over. Takes a little moment, but as you can see in the distance, it did show up. And just to kind of show you that it does actually come back to where its position is and doesn't veer off and go to a different one. I'm going to go ahead and send it back right now. Hop up here. There's our little trolley. It goes all the way and comes back to its original position. And I've tested it with every single last storage cart that I have set up, Everything works perfectly fine. Haven't had any problems because I figured out the timing issue to have this particular setup. I might end up expanding it to have a few more mine carts just to kind of have a little bit extra spacing. I might in the future kind of update this design so that not only do I have this row, but I'll have an additional row above it. I just kind of have to figure out a way of where with those particular ones it'll offset it and go to a whole different line and take it up to the beginning, so that I could actually have it can make it a little bit more compact, have it so it's straight up instead of it continuing on to go further this way into the wall. But that's going to be for another little tutorial. If you guys like this video and this design, I'm more than welcome to kind of show you what I did and make a tutorial on how to make it. Hope you like it. Thank you. And all props go to Two Awesome Gamers. I thoroughly enjoyed their tutorial on how to make this particular one. I decided to go one step further, make it a little bit more compact and less cluttered looking. And I know a few people have actually created this particular one, but they ended up having to create buttons over off onto the other side, and they had to do a whole bunch of extra redstoning to act up for the distance, and made it so that minecarts were going this way and minecarts were going that way. This actually makes it so that all the minecarts go one direction, and it's very compact. You can get, instead of having a grand total of 6 with this design, you can have up to 12 or more. But like I said, all props go to Awesome Gamers. I thoroughly enjoyed their tutorials. Like I said, if you want a tutorial on this one, I'm more than welcome to create one. Just let me know what you want, what you like. Thank you very much.